clap or every inch. The way you wins with success, he swings. I'll be nice to see the little boy come up. Bright light blaze at the stage with the drum up. The sum up,
What's good, y'all? It's Akko and welcome back to a brand new video. And finally, after actually everybody on Earth telling me to, I ended up watching both seasons 1 and 2 of Arcane this week. And honestly, man, this is definitely one of the best animated TV shows I've watched in a long time. So for this video, I kind of just want to talk about what some of my favorite parts were from both seasons, as well as some of the things I didn't like about it, which honestly is not very much. And if you haven't watched Arcane already, this video is going to have spoilers because, you know, some of the stuff I want to talk about in this video I can't really do without getting into spoilers, so this is going to be your warning from here on out. So just to start out with the negatives, since there really isn't much that I dislike at all about the series, the first issue that I have is while the first season has a ton of great character moments and world building, I kind of feel a bit like that's all that's happening sometimes, and it can just get a little bit boring. But to be honest, this isn't really even much of a complaint, because something I can really appreciate about the series is how it's not afraid to have some slow episodes for the sake of building up the world and the characters and then paying it all off in the next season. I think that the start of the show being a bit slow is just a thing that happens when you're trying to do long form storytelling, and even then it's not like I'm saying it's bad or anything by any means, because I really do love the way that it builds over the course of the season and then just really fucking ramps up with the next one like immediately. So yeah, this really isn't much of an actual complaint, but I figured it just might be worth mentioning. And the second thing that I kind of have an issue with is actually something that happened in season 2 that just completely took me out of the immersion for a bit, and that's Victor becoming a fucking Jesus, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think it was a bad direction for the story to go, and this whole plotline of him becoming fucking Hex Tech Jesus, you know, it starts making a whole lot more sense later on. What I'm talking about is the initial moment where Victor basically becomes Jesus Christ and starts healing motherfuckers in the Undercity with the touch of his hand, bro. Like, it was just such a major jump, I feel like, especially considering where we were at in the previous 2 episodes. Like, the show thus far has definitely had some magic elements with like the Hex Tech stuff and everything, but up until that point, it still felt like a very grounded story. And so to go from this like steampunk industrial style technology and aesthetic to Victor literally putting on a cloak and becoming a fucking Jesus, actually, like, it just made me laugh, bro. And it did break the immersion a bit for me. Like, I literally texted my friend on Twitter just to talk about it because I was literally just laughing the whole time. But yeah, man, I really don't have many complaints with the show, and the ones that I do have are like genuine issues or anything, because the rest of this show is just so fucking good, man. Like, from the art style, the music, the scenery, the voice acting, the characters, the narrative, like all of it, man. It's just so fucking good. And if I really wanted to make this video talking about everything that I liked, then it would be like 4 hours long. But my favorite part of Arcane is absolutely the story with Jinx, man. Like, she's just such a complex character and genuinely feels like she could be a real person sometimes, despite all of the crazy things that she does. And something I really love is just how much she evolves over the course of the 2 seasons that we have, and I really noticed her character moving forward in a new direction once Isha got introduced, because it just helped drive home even further the fact that Jinx never wanted to be a bad person, at least to me. Like, she never wanted to be a bad person, and that whenever the opportunity to be good presented itself, she was always there to play her part in that. Now, I don't want to bring this back to Breaking Bad, alright, because I'm fucking obsessed with that show, but you know what, I'm gonna fucking do it anyway, alright, man, because Jinx actually reminded me a lot of Jesse in the way that they were someone who just ended up broken from the world and the circumstances around them, and both of their stories are about dealing with what they've become and trying to move forward towards a better path. So I can really appreciate Jinx's character arc for that reason as well. Like, the flawed and conflicted character in any story is usually my favorite just because of how grounded in reality they are. And also, another thing that I love about Jinx, I know I'm fucking rambling, alright? She's literally like my favorite character, so just bear with me for a little bit. But another thing I love about her is just how fucking cool her style is with like her weapons and shit, man. And there's a very specific fight I'm going to reference in a little bit that'll give a good example of what I'm talking about. But the way that she fights and builds her weapons are so fucking cool and creative, and like her outfits are sick, man. Like her last outfit in like the final fight of the last season is so fucking cool, man. Like she has drip, bro. Now I don't want to sit here and list all of my favorite characters because honestly I have like 5 of them, but 2 that I think deserve an honorable mention in this video are Ekko and Sevika, bro. Like these might be the 2 most clutch characters in the entire show as far as I'm convinced, because they're genuinely just so loyal to the people that they care about, and whenever they need to come through at the right moment, they not only come in clutch, bro, but they fucking deliver, man. Like I genuinely don't think that there's a single boring moment whenever these 2 are on screen, and the character arcs for both of these guys are just so beautiful, man. Like shout out to them, bro. They're absolutely goated. So another thing that I want to talk about in this video is just how fucking cool the action is in this show. Like every single fight scene holds so much emotional weight behind it and is all around just super fucking cool. But my favorite fight in the entire series isn't even a super major one, and that is the fight with Jinx and Sevika versus that fucking mole rat looking guy, bro. Like I deadass don't remember his name, but like the choreography on that shit was just absolutely bonkers, man. And it reminded me a lot of like a fight from Naruto or something, with how crazy the hand-to-hand combat was. And Sevika's new arm that was gifted to her by Jinx is also just super fucking cool and brought out a lot of variety to the fight in terms of attacks and the way that they get utilized. So I just want to play my favorite clip from that fight really quick, just in case you guys forgot about it, because this is literally the best fight in the show, man. I do not care. But yeah, man, the fights and the visual art style is genuinely just so beautiful, and the way that every episode also starts out with this like really abstract style music video is really a unique thing I don't think I've ever seen done before in a TV show. And honestly, at this point, I know I'm just rambling, but it's genuinely just because there's so much that I like about this show. But I don't really want to do like a big overview or anything of every episode, because if you've seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna like sit here and explain it to you, but it's genuinely just such an amazing show that deserves all of the praise that it gets and then some. So I'm gonna give it like a 10 out of 10, man. This shit was just a banger all the way through, and the way that all of the setups from the first season get paid off in such a massive way in season 2 is just so peak. And honestly, I couldn't ask for anything more except another season or a series set in the League verse, because I'm not gonna lie, man, this shit literally had me looking up like hour-long videos about all of the lore behind the game, and I even read a couple of the comics based on it, and I've also been playing League. So like for a show to be so good that you start consuming the media that it's based off of is such a special thing, and I genuinely hope that we keep getting beautiful shows like Arcane and Cyberpunk Edge Runners, because it's so cool to see these games finally getting good representation in other forms of media outside of, you know, the games and stuff that they're from. But yeah, man, I fucking loved Arcane, and I'm genuinely glad that I took the time to sit down and watch it. Like I think I finished both seasons within a week, and I'm also really grateful for you guys who took the time out of your day to watch me yap about this W-ass series. So if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment what you thought about Arcane, and if you think we'll get another season. I'm hoping that we do. And if you want to keep up with me, then you can follow me on Twitter at itsago237, and I will see you guys next time.
Clap a every inch, so where you wins with success, he swings. I'll be nice to see the little boy come up. Bright light blaze at the stage with the drum up. To sum up, I made 10 G's flat off a splice.
What are you even doing here, Kiraman? Don't you have a cocktail?